Hey guys, this is CJ from Agent Smartly. Today we're talking about police power for your California real estate salesperson exam. By the way, all the key concepts and other study tools are available at agentsmartly.com. All right, let's get started. So first, we click the key concept button and scroll down a little bit, and we will see under the government rights in land, we will see police power. Then we click here. And let's break down this key concept for your exam. So police power. Police power is a government's authority to regulate the land and the property used to protect the community. When they say community, it means for the public health, safety, welfare, and morals. Unlike eminent domain, it doesn't require compensation to the property owners when restrictions are imposed. So simply put this way, a lot of people will confuse between police power and eminent domain. They are both is kind of like the power, the government's power, but one of the biggest difference between those two, the government don't pay you any compensation. They don't pay you any money to take your property or somehow put a restriction on your property. But they have to pay the money if it's eminent domain. So that's the difference between those two, okay? Pay attention in exam. So some key points. Police power allows regulations without require any compensation to the property owner, just what we discussed before, right? And including the measures like zoning, building code, and rent controls. So you can think the police power is more like a protection or regulation for the public benefits. And the primary purpose is promote the health, safety, and moral of the community. When they say community, once again, it's the public. Okay, the memory trick, the police power as policing land used for the public good without paying the owner, like a neighborhood watch for the land regulations. Once again, it's a government power to protect the public, the neighborhood. There's an example. So a city enforces a zoning law that limits the heights of the buildings in a certain area, prevent overcrowding, ensure the safety, exercising police power. So you can think like sort of like, don't confuse with the regular like police, okay? It's not. It's more like government, the local government. They have the power to regulate. So you can think like policing means regulations, okay? So that will be the breakdown for this key concept. Now let's summarize what we've learned with this beautiful visual study guide right here. I just create. Okay, take a look right here, and I hope you guys could see that. Let me make it a little bigger here. Okay, too big. Okay, now this is good. Okay, police power, once again, is one out of the four government's right in land, right? The example of police power, that will be zoning, building codes, environmental laws, and eminent domain. But I would say the eminent domain, it's a separate kind of law. The government power, it just, the example will be those three right here. And there's the overview for the PEAT, we're talking about in the previous videos, right? Police power, eminent domain, taxation, and SG. And what's the difference between police power and eminent domain? They pay you if it's eminent domain. They do not pay you if it's police power. And for here, why they use that? Exemptions for public health and the safety. And for the exempt tips, government, just remember for the exempt tips, just remember this PEAT, you have a friend. For the rights is PEAT, which stands for police power, eminent domain, taxation, and SG. Yeah, I think this study guide very well summarized what's the essential key points about police power, and that will be today we're talking about this concept. By the way, if you are studying for your exam, you might check out this website, agentsmart.com. There are a lot of like key concepts. You could check it out before you go to exam. And also you could practice all the practice questions. You could go either the full practice exam, which include all the topics for your exam. And also you could you could practice study by study, Then you could also, when you practice with this website, you could check, okay, you have how many questions you practice and what's your overall accuracy, right? And you can see what's your incorrection, and also even you could check your each subject, each topic. Like, okay, my financing accuracy is 85%. My lowest will be the property ownership and the land use regulations right here, only 76 around there. And the contracts, also I need to work on them more. Yeah, so I think this website will really help you to prepare and study for exam. And if you like this kind of video, make sure to like this video and also subscribe to the channel, because every week I will release all the essential key concepts exactly like this one, and for your California salesperson exam. Yeah, and that will be today's content. And bye for now. Happy studying. See you in the next video.